Happy lunch hour, gang. Well, Oregon did it again. Few of you might remember about a year ago I did a video about the state of Oregon where gardeners and farmers were ordered to cease all activity to protect the people, and basically homesteaders or gardeners or farmers, everybody, you got a garden out in the back and you have tomatoes or whatever, and they're like, oh, you're a commercial operation. And they were basing it on whether or not you had a covered path in your yard and you were growing any sort of produce, which is pretty much everybody. Who the hell doesn't have fruit trees or a tomato plant or something that they're growing, right? And so they were saying that they were breaking the law by growing food or raising animals. That law lasted about 5 days, I think it was, till it was completely overturned. Okay, sorry, can't do that. And I think that came out on like a Thursday, and by Monday it was gone. Okay, because the politicians in Oregon, the Democrats, are complete idiots. Well, guess what? They did it again. And the Democrats in Oregon have now decided to pass a bump stock ban for rifles in Oregon. Yeah, we got a little problem here. Somebody might, Pam Bondi, hey, this would be a good idea, okay? Might want to call up the governor and send him a copy of the Supremacy Clause of the United States Constitution, that federal law takes precedent over any conflicting state law. There's no ambiguity in there. It's pretty damn clear. Federal law takes precedence. Okay. Now, if you go back, you might want to remember that June 14th of 2024, not even a year ago, the U.S. Supreme Court, which would be federal law, the highest court in the land, overturned the bump stock ban and said, you can't do it. It's unconstitutional. So let me see if I got this right. The federal government and the Supreme Court have already said that bump stocks are completely legal to own in the United States. Did the same thing with like pistol braces, right? Okay. But Oregon politicians are smarter than the Supreme Court. They're going to make the decision. No, sorry. You're not. This is the kind of crap you're getting in blue states. And if you live in Oregon, my only question is, why? Okay. Now, granted, I get it. It's that teeny sliver on the far west coast, Portland, Eugene, all that sort of stuff, because the rest of Oregon is very conservative. Please figure out how to join Idaho, guys. Okay. Haven't heard anything on that in months. But let's get that done, because we need to take that sliver of Washington, Oregon, California, and dump it in the Pacific and all the people that are there. Because the rest of California, the rest of Washington, the rest of Oregon have common sense, unlike the politicians. Okay. This is the thing. Everybody says, oh, California is so blue. Or Oregon or Washington. Yes, they are, because the majority of the people are idiots and they all live on the coast. The common sense people in those states live a little bit inland. Okay. They're also the ones that are, growing the grapes or growing the apples or whatever would be. The productive members of society live in the red areas. The takers live in the blue areas. Go figure. But yeah, so this is what we've got there. Oregon came up and said that it's turning a weapon into a machine gun. It's the same argument that gun grabbers have used over and over and over again. And we ran through this bump stock ban for 5 or 6 years before the Supreme Court finally took it up and said, out of here. Okay, wrong answer. It's not an automatic weapon. Done. I don't know what we can do, but if you live there and you have one of these attachments to your rifle, you need to get a hold of your state congressman and tell them you are also going to get a hold of your federal congressman, your federal senator, and somebody real quick needs to get this run through the court system. Don't worry about the Oregon Supreme Court. They're corrupt, okay? And get this up to the Supreme Court again, which will throw this out so fast because, again, supremacy clause. It's a violation of a constitutional right, period, okay? It does, the assault weapons ban that we have. Sure, it's not impossible, but yes, you can legally own a fully automatic weapon in the United States. It'll cost you a ridiculous amount of money to buy it. It'll cost you a ridiculous amount of money in tax stamps and background and everything, but you can do it. But no, a bump stock or a binary trigger for that point, okay? Neither one of them make a weapon a automatic weapon. What is the definition of an automatic weapon? One pull of the trigger fires multiple rounds. That's automatic. A bump stock forces the bolt back and forth. It's not, it doesn't qualify as a automatic weapon. No different like a binary trigger does. But this is the stuff that we have to deal with. There are more guns in this country by, it's something like 8-fold or 10-fold than there are people. And again, it goes into the point of, no, I don't want to see any Las Vegas events again. Doesn't matter. I don't want to see any mass shootings. But it's not the damn gun that does it. I don't care if you have a mod deuce in your house, a fully automatic mod deuce. It's not sitting out in the living room deciding whether or not it's going to cause harm to somebody else. It's the person behind it. We don't have a gun problem in this country. We have an idiot problem in this country. What was it? 70 million people voted for Kamala Harris? You can start there. There's 70 million idiots right there. Don't care. Disagree with me if you want. The logic that they use doesn't hold water on anything. But we need to get this country back under control. We need to go back to the days where the kids pulled up into the high school parking lot in their pickup truck with a shotgun or a rifle in the back window, and nobody ever got hurt. It's not the gun. It's the people. We need to fix the people. That is the problem. I have a right, you have a right, everybody in Oregon has a right to own these. The Supreme Court has already decided that. The morons in the Oregon Legislature do not have the right to take that away. Sorry, but in this respect, our rights are greater than yours. I don't care if you think you're important as an elected official. Your thoughts, your laws, your decisions don't mean squat. Pinball out.